What's up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to the channel. So I am back with another quick reaction video for you guys. Now, this woman in this little clip, shout out to whatever clips, she's basically saying that a masculine man would never ask a woman what she brought to the table. So I want to play what she had to say, and I definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. So make sure you comment, like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also share and like the video and turn on that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. All right, so let's go ahead and hop into the video. Here we go.
I've never encountered a guy, or at least entertained someone, who has sat there and asked me, what do you bring to the table? No masculine man asked that question.
Why would that be a hit to masculinity?
It would be a hit to masculinity.
Why?
because you know that a woman is there to compliment you, and she's an asset to you.
Doesn't sound like you're an asset. It sounds like you just cost $10,000 a month. But when you were asking what you bring to the table, you're like, well, I'm a good human being. That's what you're saying. It's like, okay, but he's a good human being and he's spending $10,000 a month. So when you're asking, what do you bring to the table? Since it's strictly a materialist worldview that you have, there's only a material mindset here. The material mindset is, well, it's expected that I provide a material dinner and I clean the house, and these are all material things. The expectation from him is that he provides material with way harder, right? $5,000, $10,000 in order to complement things that you desire, right? So they ask really, they're asking, what do you bring to the table? Saying, what do you complement that he desires?
Unfortunately, most men just kind of want a trophy, and I think that's the most material thing ever.
That's it?
Well, you know, I think this is the problem with a lot of women. Basically, you want something for nothing. Most women are complaining about men not doing the things that they would like them to do. It's all a materialistic idea. It's women who have gotten used to men catering to their every need. Men who have been doing these things with the hopes of establishing some type of relationship with this woman, whether it be long-term committed relationship or whether it just be a sexual fulfillment. A lot of women are used to the hookup culture, and that's pretty much what they've been getting, because quiet as it's kept, a lot of women don't really want committed relationships. They want situationships, hookup ships, whatever you want to call it, because it's convenient for them. As long as they can have a man in their corner who's going to provide them the things that they want and need, that's really all that they want. They want to have the freedoms to do and be whoever they want to be, but they want to have that man in their corner, so when they need somebody to depend on, when they really need help, that he's just there waiting to give them the help that they need. So the truth of the matter is, a lot of these women, and we find this with younger and older women, they've come to the reality that they don't really want to be in committed relationships because that requires too much of them. They have to actually bring something to the table to fulfill a man and be in a relationship. That's too much work. And they realize they don't want to do that. They don't want to, what they would call, settle, because it requires too much of them. But at the same time, the expectations for the man is through the roof. He has to come to the table with everything that they want, all of their desires, this lifestyle, this pampered lifestyle that they could only dream of. They want men to come to the table with all of that without any expectations in the world. They want you to just bring everything and 10 bags of chips to the table while they just sit back and be this passenger princess. Men realize that. Men are tired of that. Men don't want to only be looked at for their wallets. And this is men, all men. I don't care what status you have, who you are in the world as a man, how much money you make. Most men don't want a woman who's just coming in to take advantage of them. They don't want it. Even men with a lot of money and men who make average salaries still don't want a user. And so this is the problem that a lot of modern women are having in this dating market, is because men are hip to their nature. Men know what they are after. They've made it very clear, and they want no parts of it. And so now women are suffering the consequences because you don't have a whole bunch of these simps out here running and chasing behind you and trying to do the most to please you, just to, hopefully get some time with you, hopefully be able to establish something with you, hopefully to be able to be with you. You don't have a whole bunch of men, because I do think there's a small percentage of simps still running around here thinking that they're going to reinvent the wheel, and you're just not. This is the nature of women, and it has always been. It's just a lot of men are just now figuring it out. Some men have already figured it out, as they clearly let me know. But a lot of them have not been privy to the nature of women. They thought women were these harmless creatures who could do no wrong. And now they realize that it's quite the opposite. And once again, this is not to speak to every woman out there, but it's a lot of women who act this way. And those are the women who need to be brought to the forefront, because they need to understand that this is not how you go about trying to establish relationships or trying to just use men for what they have, knowing good and well you're not really interested in that man for nothing serious. And I think that just as women would not like men to try to take advantage of them or use them, I think women should have that same energy when it comes to men, that a man is just not his wallet. And if you're not interested in a man for who he is and really wanting to get to know him to establish something stable and real, just leave him alone. Just be honest about your intentions and what it is that you want from a man. And maybe you'll find a man who will be willing to give that to you. And that way y'all are on the same page. You both understand what it is, that this is not serious. This is just a situationship. You want something from me and I want something from you. But the thing about it, I think there are men out there who would offer that. But once again, when it comes to the nature of women, women tend to do what women do. You flip the script. You change the narrative. You move the goalposts. You change your mind. The one minute you don't want a relationship, the next minute you do. It's all determined off of your feelings. And this is why this is a very slippery slope, and it's a dangerous game to play, in my opinion, because a lot of women really don't know what they want, and what they want changes with the wind. So one minute you think you want something stable, when you get something stable, now you don't want it. So you jump out of that relationship to go find another one to fill your needs and your happiness. And when you get in that other relationship, now you're still not happy. So now you want out of this one because that doesn't fulfill you and it's not, giving you what you thought it would give. So now you want to jump to the next. And this is very dangerous because a lot of these women create families with these men. Some of these women are married to these men. And then whenever they feel like they're done or they're tired or it doesn't serve them, they're ready to just break that family up and move on to the next. This is a common thing that women tend to do. This is why more women leave the marriages, because they could one day wake up and just feel like they're unhappy and it's supposed to be justified. And I think that's a problem, because you're destroying families and you don't realize how detrimental that is to that family until it's too late. And so it just goes back to the nature of women. A lot of women just believe that their looks and their bodies and all of that is enough to get a man. And not only to get a man, but to get a man to give you what it is that you want. And then for some reason, if a man decides, look, I don't want to do that, that's not what I'm here for, then all of a sudden he's not a real man. He's not a masculine man. He's not a manly man if he don't want to go broke trying to please you and run behind you. That is crazy to me. I think that is an insane way to think. And once again, I think it's just a tactic that women use to try to shame men in order to just get what they want. A lot of women are out here trying to get paid off of men, trying to build their lives up off of men. And if you can't do that for them or won't do that for them, then they're ready to move on to the next sucker that will. And I think once again, men realize this, so it's making it a bit more difficult for women to move in this manner, because men are not dealing with them in that way. And as soon as they start talking about money and bills and what you do, I think men realize it and they kind of check out. And they realize that this is not the person for them. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these women are gorgeous women, look good and all of that, but their intentions are not good. And if you're looking for something real, then you cannot allow yourself to be subject to these types of women. You got to move on. You cannot give them your attention, because they'll suck you in and they'll suck you dry if they could. And I suck you dry in the way that you might like, but suck you dry financially and emotionally, mentally, in all those ways. So you really got to be careful out here. You really got to be mindful of the women that are trying to approach you or the women that you are approaching, because a lot of these women are out here. It's a survival mode. They're cutting off stamps. They're taking away the EBT, baby. So they out here looking for somebody to help them pay their bills and buy their kids some food. So y'all be safe out here and be cautious, because, baby, trust me, they're on a hunt. And they're in survival mode. So y'all got to be careful. So listen, y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that bell to be notified when I upload new content. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.